Hi, my friends. This is Mrs. Alexander, and today we're going to be adding expressions and new operators in TechSmart programs while we learn how to increase the possibilities of our assignment operators. We're going to know we're doing this because we're going to be able to demonstrate how to use operators and expressions to calculate the positions for sprites using Robo Go. Let's go look and see what we have. In this program, we'll use operators and expressions to calculate the positions for sprites. Here is our story. Splash was very curious about the air people's technology, so Breeze showed her how to control the humming bot that Breeze had designed with friends. This seems like a lot of fun, you guys. So when we get to our code, we'll run this program solution and we'll see what we have. Right now, let's go look at our features. The gears start in random places. There is a text introduction. Control the humming bot for 12 arrow presses. Every move, print how many moves are left, and gears disappear when picked up. This sounds like a lot of fun, you guys. We also have some challenges. This program tells you if you lose. This program tells you if you win. The user picks the difficulty level. That's kind of cool. Let's go look at some code. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and run our solution so we know where we're starting or what it's supposed to look. You have limited number of moves to collect all the gears. Use your arrow presses wisely. So I'm going to go over, up, over. Okay, it looks like I won. That's kind of cool. I could use all my moves if I wanted, but I've decided not to. Now I'm going to go and let's see what we have. I'm pressing my arrow keys and nothing is going. Okay, hopefully this is what we're doing. Let's go look at main because that's where we put everything. See, we got into main and look, we have nothing there. That explains why we're not going anywhere. Right here tells us a description of what's going on. I'm going to hit next. This gives us our features, also the challenges. Now remember, in the solution and the video, we only do the features. I'm going to keep moving. Add to after 0 seconds under gear starting values. So gear starting values, assign start X the value of 230. So we're going to say start X equals 230. And then start Y equals -15. Okay. Remember, this is the first section and we have 5 parts. We just completed part 1. It's time to go to part 2. We're going to go after 0 seconds under place gear 1. So right here, set X squares. So I'm going to go ahead and go to code assist. I'm going to go to our variables. And I'm going to grab this variable. And we're going to name it X squares. So I'm going to new variable. We're going to do X squares. I'm going to hit enter and we're going to randomize it. So we're going to go to math, grab the random number, and we're going to do it 1 to 4. Now it looks like we have the same thing, but why? So I'm going to highlight this, Control C and V. Now I'm going to bring it right over here. We're going to change this, go new, and go Y squares. But it's 1 to 3. So I'm going to highlight this 4 and make it a 3. Then right now my cursor's on this side. I'm going to hit enter and do multiply x squares by 135 and assign the result to x distance. So I'm going to do x distance equals x squares multiply 135. And then we're going to multiply y squares by 120 and assign the result y distance. So we're going to say y distance equals y squares multiply by 120. Okay, looks good so far. We're going to keep going. We're going to the third part. Add to after place gear 1. we're still under gear 1. We're going to add. So I'm putting my cursor here. I'm going to hit enter. We're going to start X and X distance, adding it, result of X. So I'm going to say X equals start X, add X distance. And it looks like we're doing the same with start Y. So we're going to say Y equals start Y, add Y distance. Okay. And it looks like we are adding some motion. So I'm going to go to our motion, and I am getting center X. And we're changing this to blue center X, blue, gear blues, and we need to X. So I'm going to grab the variable, and we're going to grab this and hit X. It looks like we got to go to motion. We need the Y. So I'm going to grab the Y. We're going to put as blue, and then go back to variables to get our Y. So it looks like we just finished the 3rd section, which is kind of cool. We're doing both codings. We're in the 4th section, and look, this looks exactly like this. So what I'm going to do is anything I can copy and paste, I'm going to. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. These I can't copy and paste. I'll have to type them out. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. So I know for sure these two come down first. And then I'm going to put my cursor, hit enter. And then we're going to do the exact same thing as we did above. And keep going forward. It takes a little bit to type, and that's okay. I'm on the second part where it says y distance equals y squares by 120, and by means multiply, another word. So we're going to do x equals start x, add x distance. Now we're going to do y equals, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit so I can see it a little better. Start y plus y distance. And then I get to bring down these two motions because they're still center X and center Y. It's just it's not gear blue, it's gear purple. So I'm going to go right here and grab the purple. And then we can go to our last part. And it looks like we're doing the exact same thing. So I'm going to go Control CV, Control CV, Control CV, and then Control CV. I know for sure that these set X squares and set Y squares is first. I'm putting my cursor next to the Y, hitting enter, and we're doing the exact same thing. Y distance equals, I'm sorry, that's X distance equals X squares multiply by 135, and then Y distance equals Y squares multiply by 120. And then we have X equals start X plus X distance, and then Y equals start Y plus Y distance. Make sure we have our spelling correct. And then it looks like we have our purple right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my purple down. And instead of purple, it should read yellow. So I'm going to quick grab the yellow. So ladies and gentlemen, it says to test it. So let's go see what happens. Oh, look, I'm going to do it again and see if the gears move. Oh, they did. One more time because 3 is just fun. See how they move? And it's all random. Okay, let's go to our next section. We're in section 2 and it looks like it's just this. We're going add to after 0 seconds under intro. So here's my intro. We're going to print. So we need to go to text, grab the print, and I'm not going to type it out. I'm just going to grab what they have here. And then it says to print again, telling us about how to use our arrow presses wisely. Let's go see if it prints it. Yes, it does. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's go to our third part, our third section. And this section has 3 parts. It says add to before program starts. We can do that. Before program starts. Assign presses left the value 18. I'm sorry, 12. Presses left equals 12. Not 18, you guys. It says 12. I guess I just want more chances. Now we're going to create a new event. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and it's when up arrow key is pressed. So I'm going to key and mouse when space key is pressed. This one works. Where it says space, I'm going to do the drop down and grab up arrow. We're going to set my Y to robot bird center Y. Okay, so I'm going to variables, grabbing the variable, and it says my Y. I don't have a my Y, so we're going to set it up, my Y, and we're going to connect it to robot bird center Y. So I'm going to go to motion, and I get my center Y, but I can't leave it as my. I need to change it to robot bird. So robot birds. And now we have a decision. We have an if then. Now I have to read it, make sure I get everything. It says if my Y is greater than or equal to 150 and presses left is greater than 0. So I know for sure I have to get the and first and then the greater than, equal to, and the greater than. So I'm going to come right down here and grab the and I only need one of them. But then I'm going to grab the greater than, and I just happen to grab both of them to be greater than, but the top one's greater than, equal to. If you happen to do this, just do drop down and grab it. Remember, the greater than, the bigger opening is first. Okay, so it's greater than 100, greater than or equal to 150, and greater than 0. And we need a couple variables. So I'm going to grab 2 variables. The first one says my Y, and the second one says presses left. Okay, so we're going to go right in here. I have my cursor blinking. You cannot see it on your side, but it is blinking on my side. And it says decrement my Y by 120. So I'm going to do my Y minus equals 120. Then I'm going to hit enter. Decrement presses left by 1. So I'm saying presses left minus equal 1. And then we're going to play a sound. So I'm going to grab the sound and it says play a click. And then we're going to set the robot center Y. So I'm going to grab set my Y. So we're going to change that to robot and then go to variables and grab my Y. Right now it just says variable, but I can do the drop down and grab my Y. This is cool so far. Let's keep going and see what happens next. We're now on the third part of the third section. It looks like it's kind of the same. We have some things that we do have to change. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to Control C and Control V it. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to bring this right down below. First thing I got to change is this says down arrow. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to grab down arrow. Set my Y to robot center Y, my Y to robot center Y. And then if my Y is less than or equal to, we have greater than. So I'm going to change that to less than because the smaller side should be first, and it's 450. And presses left is greater than 0. So increment my y by 120. So increment means we're going higher. So we need an addition sign. And presses left by 1, we're still going down. Play click, set robot center y to my y. Okay, let's go to the next part. Oh, look at this. We're doing left arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and go Control CV. We're going to bring this down. And it says when left arrow. So we got down arrow. We're going to now say left arrow. We're going to X's now. So right here, this, I'm going to delete. Oh, this one, we're going to change. We're going to create a new variable, my X. But my center Y here, I've got to delete. So I'm going to go right here to motion and get my center X and change it to robot birds. So my X to robots birds X. My X to robot birds X. Okay, so right here has to say my X. And is greater than or equal to. So I need to change this back to this way, but it's greater than or equal to 400. And presses left is still greater than 0. My X decremented my X by 135. So right here we'll say my X. Decrement means we're subtracting, and we're doing it by 135. And the decrement presses left by 1, and then play click sound. Oh, so I'm going to leave this here. This my center Y we have to delete because we need the one that says my center X. We're going to bring this back. Right here it should say robot birds. Right there, and then this needs to say my X. Okay, we're going to our 5th part of our 3rd section. Oh, we're doing right arrow. So I'm going to go Control CV. We're bringing it down. Instead of left arrow, we need to have it say right arrow. And it says my X to robot center X. My X is less than or equal to. So we're going to change it around. And it has to be 850, you guys. And presses left is still greater than 0. We're going to do my X incremented. So we're going to, instead of subtract, we're going to add by 135 and decrement presses left by 1. We're going to play the sound and set robots X to my X. Okay, now we get to test it. Let's go see what happens. This is kind of cool. You have limited moves. Okay, so I have the 12 moves, but it's not picking up the gears, you guys. But that's because we're only in 3rd section. Let's go to 4th section. And it looks like we have 4 parts. Add to when up arrow key is inside the conditional. So we're going back to the up arrow. Inside the conditional, we're going to print. So I'm going to text. I'm going to grab the print. And if you notice, I have 2 ands. So I have 1, 2, 3 sections. So I'm going to grab the and. We're going to go in the gear and add a part. Then I'm going to grab this one. It's the last one. And I'm going to grab you have. And then we're going to go right over here to variables. And we're going to do presses left. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm going to hit next. We're going to the 2nd part. And it looks like we're doing the exact same thing. So I'm going to do Control CV. And we're going to bring it right down here. You have presses left, moves remaining. Okay, that's for the down arrow. Let's go to our next part. We're doing it again. So I'm going to Control V it. Bring it right down here because it's the exact same thing. And I bet the 4th part of the 4th section is the same thing. Look at that. It is. So I'm going to Control V it. and bring it down. You have presses left, moves remaining. Let's go check it out. Okay. That's kind of cool. It's counting it down. Let's go to our fifth section. Oh, looks like we have 3 parts to our fifth section. Oh, looks like we have a collision. So I'm going to move this down. We're going to go when robot bird starts colliding with any gear blue. So I'm going to go collisions when I start colliding with any. Okay, when I is robot bird with any, and it says gear blue. So I'm going to go to looks, and we're going to hide the gear. So we're going to hide me. So hide gear blue, and then play the sound. It says play click, but we want sparkle. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's keep going. We're on our second part of the fifth section. Oh, looks like the same thing. So I'm going to highlight all, Control C, V. We're going to bring it on down. Here we need gear purple. Right here, hide gear purple. And we're still playing the sparkle. Okay, let's go to the last section, and we're doing it again, Control V. And instead of it saying blue, we need it to say yellow. So we're going to go gear yellow and gear yellow. And now we get to test it. Here we go. This is a lot of fun, you guys. Oh, awesome. I got it with 4 moves remaining. That's kind of fun. Now it is time to know that we've made it as far as we can. The next thing are challenges, and this is up to you guys. I want you guys to try it. Take it section by section and part by part. Have fun, and remember to smile, giggle, and wiggle. I'll talk to you later. Bye.